Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. We're jumping into Watcher Realms and we're in Gear Dungeon 1, Stage 10. This is my first run through on my global account. There we go, it's still first time, still not done. There we are, didn't do 3-star on Stage 9, but I thought, well, I don't need it, I'm going to push on Stage 10 anyway. So this is team makeup. Last time I went without the anti-heal. This time I've gone with the double tank and the anti-heal. People said it was an easier way to do it. They felt they had more control over it. So I thought I'd try it this way round this time. So this is the first time on the global account. Last time I did it on my Forerunner account. If there's any other strategies or things people want to try out, then give us a shout. Happy to try them out without any worries whatsoever. I'm using Valkera again at the top. This way I think gives more control over Valkera. I think that's quite an easier way to do it. The two tanks we're using the Northerners as a tank. They're quite a good, nice little tank to set up. We've got the Epic there to give us a Lord skill for the Northerners, and then we're using Esterance down the bottom. We're just using the Lord skill there for Khamet to have a bit of a Lord skill. That's realistically it. Otherwise you could put anyone in there. It's a spare slot and it doesn't get used at all. Other than that, using our new hero Diaochan, we're going to use her as well to give the invigoration instead of Dolores. Plenty of champions that can give out the inspiration buff, so you could use Dolores, you could use Constance. You know, there's quite a few setups you can use to actually buff up your Valk if needed, and I definitely do need it. I'm sort of scraping the barrel, I think, with clearing her. Now let's jump onto the run, and then we'll do the actual gearing right at the end. And then as soon as we get game loaded up, I'll jump myself out the way. Right, so first one down, we've got our first tank, we've got Brokkier going down, and then we've got Khamet going down. He's going to supply the bulk of the DPS to wipe everyone out for us, and we've got our healer down because we're going to need to heal them up because the boss is going to come down and start DPSing our tank to start with. Now after that, we're using our anti-heal. Our anti-heal's going down, and we're just letting the ultimates build up. It really is it's a bit more of a race to the ultimates, but you've got a bit more control once you've got the two tanks down. Now one of the things I do like about this method, using the two tanks, is it gives me a bit more leeway. So I'm placing Volt down nice and early. Now remember that she's got the passive where the longer she's down, the more she actually starts to build up her damage. So the earlier you can get her down, the better off you're going to be in the long run, particularly on that first round of enemies coming across. They're going to be the hardest ones to get down. If you can get those down, you should be able to get the rest down. So getting her down early does really play into our hands there. So we can get her down before the enemies at the bottom start walking across. With them walking across now, we've got some time before we have to get our second tank down before they swarm past the first one. So we can trigger off all our skills here. We can see that we've got our anti-heal's gone off, and then we've got Khamet going off for the DPS. And we're only, what are we, 3 coins, 2.5 coins short of actually placing our second tank down. So we have got time on our side there. And once we're set up, there we go. They're all blocked before they even get through to the second tank. It's nice. It is nice and steady. I think it's probably a steadier way to do it if you've got the anti-heal available to you, to be honest. And now we're just waiting up to if we can get a Vortex up so we can cover off her Valk to make sure she gets healed before she dies. So there's our Vortex up there. Now he's going to heal up Valk. Now remember, I do like using the Vortex because his basic attack supplies that shield. So it's nice to get Valk up early because she takes a lot of damage. That forces Vortex to do the self-heal on her, and then that's going to give the shield up for us, which is what we want. So you need Valk to break a shield to get the extra range on her ultimate, which is what you really require. So to get that extra range, you need a shield. To get the shield, you use Vortex's heal, but he's not going to heal if she hasn't taken any damage. So it works really well. And then lastly, we've got a new limited hero going up, and we can swap her over to give the buff up really quickly as well. So she's given the buff up, and then Valk there is straight in with her ultimate with the extra range. That works out really well. At the bottom, we're just waiting on people's ultimates coming up again. This is what I mean, it's a bit of a dwell for the ultimates, but we've got time on our hands. We really have, with the two tanks coming up. We can put the Wood Elf out. Yeah, plenty of healing going on, so there really is no issue whilst we wait for that. And that will be the second round done. When the second lot's done, there's quite a gap between the third lot. The only issue we stand is getting Valk's ultimate back round in time as well. That's the only issue she's going to have. We're keeping Diaochan, we're keeping her straight into the attack mode, so she'll be doing that. We can have a look at Valk. She's not too far off her ultimate, so we're going to let it go this time. There's no reason to actually try and swap her out, because we've got a Laurel there just in case. So should we think we need it, we can take out our Diaochan, we can put down our Laurel, and we can get a boost there for her rage, so that's quite nice as well. Now I can say at the bottom we've got loads of time now before the next one's come across. All our ultimates are ready to go, so that's a nice easy step for us, and we're pretty much halfway through now. So we just have a look at the top, that's pretty much then done. Valk, however, is still partway through her ultimate. Now I make a disastrous effort here. I put Laurel up too early and Laurel dies, so that's a bit of a disaster for me, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, you've got to run through these things, but Valk has got her ultimate back up, so lesson learned. I could have just kept everything as it was. Valk's ultimate is triggered, but she's been up for a while now, so her damage is increased. The bottom we're doing fine, is just a rinse and repeat of the one before, so everyone's dead, got plenty of time to trigger off the ultimates. Do a bit of rage regen with Elowyn there. We can fire up some nice rage regen, get everyone focusing on getting their ultimates back up. The tanks have got plenty of time. They've got enough time to actually ice people up, and then we've got enough time to actually block everyone, and we'll just wait there for the ultimates to trigger round. So that's realistically the bottom all taken care of. Once you've got it set it up, it all runs relatively well. There's not a major issue. We're just waiting on the ultimates being ready, and then we can fire off the anti-heal, then we fire off Khamet. That's all done. The anti-heal from him goes on for a long time, so that's not an issue. Just at the top we've got the last set to go through. Valk's ultimate is triggered, and we've got enough time to put our new hero down there, and she can give out that buff, so there's plenty of damage going off there. Now, any issues whatsoever. The only issue we do come across is right at the bottom, we missed one of the mobs, and the anti-heal has now come off, and he's now healing himself. Look at the heal. Was it 680, 630k, something like that? Yeah, 680. So there we go. That's the only issue we've sort of got. We can just recall everyone. There's not a problem, and it's just a matter of waiting now for ultimates to come back online again, because we missed someone, so we can just trigger those off, and it's our first time through, so mistakes will be made. It's not a perfect run, but most runs aren't perfect. It's just a matter of getting yourself through first time. Once you've got it through first time, and then you can switch your pod on, and then you're laughing, aren't you? It becomes much easier for you, so we can bear that in mind for future reference. So there's a reward, get 2 chests, that's absolutely fantastic. And then upload of the fight, brilliant. And then we got our first time going through as well, so that is all good news for us. Now, something I do quickly after I've done a fight is I will fit it onto auto one time through, take off the background fight, and just put it straight back onto auto, just so I've got all the gear on, it's all still fresh in my mind, just for when you're doing your first run with pod, just to make sure that it does actually work. So we can see here there's going to be an issue. Valk's triggered off her ultimate before Vortex has shielded her, so she hasn't got that additional range, and that is going to cause me a problem because they are going to come through. So while it's all still fresh in my head, we can abort this run, quickly go back, and next time round we can sort that out. This is the place I've chosen to stop and come out of the auto battle, because I know it was about to fail, and I know that she gets her ultimate back up in time. I remember that from first time, so we should be alright. We're just going to wait for Valk to build up her ultimate, and then we can trigger it off, and we should be alright. There's the shield put on her. Now we can trigger her ultimate, and that will work out fine for us. So it's nice just to, while it's all still fresh in your head, and you haven't moved gear about again, that this actually works out for you. So there we go, that'll be Valk done there, and then the bottom will run as per normal. It's not a great issue for us, and again, just cleared up before you actually move on and do something else. So this time we know we're just waiting for the Artimus to come up, and we shouldn't have an issue with leaving anyone at the bottom spare because we've now got pod on. We're doing much more damage, so we've got that 30% boost to all our attributes. So there we go, this time much cleaner run through, no one left at the bottom, taking care of those last 2 ads, and that will be it for us. We'll just make sure that updates. So again, now you've made some changes, quick rerun on the pod run just to make sure that it's all going to work for you. So looking at this, there has been a small error here again. These are the last 2, and to be honest, doesn't bother me in the slightest. If 2 get through, it's still a passable run. I don't need to clear it with 60 out of 60. It's not an issue for me. That will auto battle for me absolutely fine, and that's as far as I need to go with it. So that's it done. Right, let's go and have a quick look at the gear and things like that. Right, gearing wise, what we've got, like I said, we've got our Northerner Lord, fully awakened because, well, she has to be. There's the gear for Valk. Valk is quite heavy. I think she's probably the heaviest or the hardest to gear out. But having an exclusive is always nice. Artifact wise, definitely gone with the reach. I think that's probably the best in slot for her. And then Brokkier is usual tanky type stuff. HP defense, and then we've just stuck with tempered wheel, and we've gone for exclusives where we can, just to sort of see if we try them out. And then he's got his own artifact on. I don't think it matters if he's got that on or not. Vortex, probably haven't touched him in a long time since we started doing gear racer. He's just got the artifact on to help out boost the speed, because we've put some really bad gear on her just to try some stuff out more than anything else. So we've gone for Wings of Grace. The other thing we've done is, because we know she's going to be doing the attacking and not the healing, we have gone for a set down here that gives 25% attack on her. So bear that in mind. And then we've gone for the Wings of Grace set because she healing effect 30 increases the attack of the hero, the highest attacking range by 12%, and that will be Valk. So we already know who's getting that. But the gear itself is not the best by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, that piece is probably okay, and then the last piece is actually healing effect. But it's got increases damage by 8%. Whether that's her damage, but it's got some attack on there. There you go, just to make the setup. So yeah, she's fairly horrifically built, so we could have had some damage there. Not used at all. Healing wise, we've just got her in our normal sort of healing set that we normally use on her, and then her skills are all done. Awakenings, we're going to be pulling for her at the weekend because we do want that. We do want the damage mitigation, and we'd preferably like her up to A3 as well, because we do like the A3. If you get links on the way, that's good, but getting her up to A3 is sort of the goal more than anything else for this weekend. Laurel we used, but she just sort of died. There we go, haven't got an artifact on her, she's just there to be removed. We all know what she does. Khamet, we went for Soulbound Arcana on him, 100% crit rate, nice attack speed, and then just what you can get out of it really. So attack bonus, crit damage, and then attack bonus, usual stuff. And then artifact wise, so I've got his exclusives, we put that on. Probably plenty of others you could use as well for him. And then we've got Artimus as well, using he's got Soulbound Arcana on, and we've just gone straight up attack, and then crit damage on him. And then artifact wise, we've gone for the 25% and the rage regen increase on him, just to get out the anti-heal on him. So that's what we wanted, the anti-heal. It goes on for sort of 20 seconds. He's probably, I think he's got the longest anti-heal going in the game, so yeah, that's what we used on him. I've got a lot of keys to get through. I don't think I've ever used any of the mastery keys. I thought I'll always just keep them, wait till I get to stage 10 done, and then I will smash through them. So I will probably do them after Oracle's Trials done. So when this is done in a day or two, I will then run that through the evening and get that done. Okay, so that's me down the way. If you've got any people you'd like to try or teams that you think are worth trying, then let's see if we can get some of those done. I'm very curious about the top, how people aren't doing it without a Valk or without someone like a is it Ares? Who's the new hero that's out and about, who has got the long range as well? He's got a nice long range as well, and I've seen people saying they can use him up there as well. But curious to see who you're using without either of these two. There's another way around it that'd be quite interesting, so we looking it up. Then I think we'll probably start doing some Immortal Codex and start doing how we're starting to get in, progressing on that and pushing towards Triple S on those as well. So right, that's me done for the day. If you could leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, would help me out massively, and I'll see you all in a video again tomorrow. Thank you for your time. Cheers. Goodbye.